A woman in Santa Ana, California had been with State Farm for 20 years, never missed a payment, never filed a single claim. Then one day she opens her mailbox and finds a letter telling her she needs to spend $20,000 on roof repairs or her policy gets canceled. No inspector ever visited her home. No one knocked on her door. No visible damage on the roof. So what happened? A drone she never knew about flew over her house. An AI algorithm she's never seen analyzed her roof from the sky. And a machine decided her home was too risky to insure. Welcome to 2026. Roofing scams aren't just coming from shady contractors anymore. They're coming from places you'd never expect. And the 5 I'm about to show you, I guarantee you've never heard of at least 3 of them. This isn't a typical watch out for storm chasers video. Everyone's already made that one. This is the stuff that's actually happening right now that nobody is talking about. Scam 1, the drone and AI surveillance scam. Let's start with the one from the hook because this is genuinely terrifying. Insurance companies like State Farm, Allstate, and Farmers are now using drones, satellites, and manned aircraft to photograph your roof from above without telling you. Those images get fed into AI systems trained to detect things like moss growth, missing shingles, discoloration, granule wear, even overhanging tree branches. The AI flags your property. The insurer sends you a non-renewal notice or demands you replace your roof within 30 to 60 days. And here's what's insane. In most states, you have no legal right to even see the images they use to make that decision. One aerial imaging company active in this space claims it covers 99.6% of the US population. This isn't a small experiment. The global aerial imaging market hit $3.4 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach over $8 billion by 2030. And it's not just about drones. These companies use fixed-wing aircraft and satellites too. The AI doesn't care if your roof has 10 years of life left. If the algorithm sees something it doesn't like, you get the letter. Texas non-renewal rates nearly doubled between 2020 and 2023, and AI analyzed aerial imagery as a primary driver. Now here's where this becomes a scam-adjacent nightmare for homeowners. Shady roofing contractors are catching wind of this. They're showing up at your door saying, "Hey, your insurance company is about to drop you. We can see the same satellite images they can. Let us replace your roof before they cancel your policy." They're weaponizing your fear of losing coverage to sell you a roof you might not even need. Here's how to protect yourself. California now requires 30-day advance notice before insurers can use aerial imagery for policy decisions. Pennsylvania mandates 60 days. Check your state's laws. And if you get one of these letters, don't panic. Get an independent roof inspection from a certified local contractor before spending a dime. You have the right to dispute their findings with real evidence. Scam 2, the accessory substitution scam. This is the most profitable scam in roofing right now, and it's designed so that you will never catch it. Here's how it works. You hire a contractor, you agree on premium shingles, let's say Owens Corning Duration or GAF Timberline HDZ, good stuff. And on installation day, you look outside and see pallets with the right brand name sitting in your driveway. You think everything's great. But here's what you don't see. While they're installing those beautiful premium shingles, they're quietly swapping out everything underneath. The underlayment? Generic. The ice and water shield? Cheapest available. The starter shingles? Builder-grade garbage. The ridge caps? Off-brand. They save $1,500 to $3,000 per job doing this. You paid for a complete manufacturer roof system with a comprehensive warranty. What you got was premium shingles sitting on top of bargain bin components. And here's the real kicker. 5 to 10 years from now, when those cheap components start failing and you call the manufacturer to file a warranty claim, denied. Because the manufacturer's system warranty requires their specific components throughout the entire installation. The contractor installed mismatched materials, which automatically voids your warranty before the crew even left your property. By the time you discover this, the contractor is long gone. A real case from Maryland perfectly illustrates this. A homeowner paid for an Owens Corning Platinum warranty roof. When it started leaking, she called Owens Corning directly. They had no record of her warranty. When a certified contractor inspected the roof, they found Tamco shingles instead of Owens Corning, no step flashing where code required it, and generic accessories throughout. The contract said OC shingles, but described materials vaguely. Synthetic underlayment with no brand name and no specifications. How to protect yourself. Your contract must specify exact products with brand names, model numbers, and colors for every single component, not just the shingles. The underlayment, the ice barrier, the starter strip, the ridge cap, the flashing, all of it. If it says architectural shingles instead of Gaff Timberline HDZ in weathered wood, that's a red flag. And ask for photos of every wrapper and label before installation starts. Scam 3, the phantom damage creation scam. You probably know that storm chasers knock on doors and exaggerate damage. That's old news. But what most people don't know is that some contractors are actively creating the damage themselves. Here's how this scam operates. A crew shows up offering a free roof inspection. You let them up. While they're on your roof, one of them quietly tears a shingle, lifts a piece of flashing, or uses a tool to create dents that perfectly mimic hail damage. Then they come down with photos showing serious storm damage and push you toward filing an insurance claim for a full replacement. Some are even more sophisticated. They bring photos from a completely different damaged roof and present them as yours. Or they show you loose granules in your gutter, which happens naturally on every roof, and present it as proof of failure. Berkeley police actually issued a warning in early 2026 about organized groups running exactly this scam. These are sophisticated traveling crews that drive white work trucks, wear professional-looking uniforms, and specifically target elderly homeowners. One detective called it a predatory crime that exploits the trust of our most vulnerable neighbors. Some victims lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's the part that should make you furious. If that contractor files a fraudulent insurance claim using the damage they created, guess who's legally liable? You are, the policyholder. Insurance fraud is a felony in every state. Even if the contractor orchestrated the entire scheme, you can face charges, claim denial, and policy cancellation. How to protect yourself. Never let an unsolicited contractor onto your roof, period. If you suspect storm damage, get a baseline inspection from a contractor you chose, not one who chose you. Take your own photos from the ground before anyone goes up there, and never sign an assignment of benefits document before understanding exactly what it means. It gives the contractor power to communicate with your insurance company on your behalf, and some use that to inflate claims without your knowledge. Scam 4, the sold house impersonation scam. This is a brand new scam that barely anyone has reported yet, and it's absolutely wild. Scammers are using the internet to identify homes that are listed for sale or sitting vacant. They then impersonate the property owner, usually claiming to be a relative or representative of the LLC that owns the home. They contact legitimate roofing contractors, request a full roof replacement, and push for quick turnaround because the house is about to sell. The contractor shows up, sees other trades working on the property, everything looks legit. They provide a quote, sign a contract, and start the work. Sometimes they get the job 95% done before realizing something is off. Then the actual property owner surfaces and says, I never authorized any roofing work. The contractor is now stuck with the labor and material costs, no payment coming. And here's where it gets even worse for homeowners. In some cases, the contractor files a mechanic's lien on the property to recover costs. Now the actual homeowner, who never asked for the work, has a lien on their house that can block the sale. The Colorado Roofing Association reported multiple member contractors falling victim to this exact scheme recently. And researchers believe the end game might go even further. Once the roof is installed, the scammer sometimes recontacts the contractor pretending they're finally ready to pay. They ask for bank routing information to process a direct deposit. If the contractor hands it over, they're now a victim of identity theft and potential bank fraud on top of the original loss. How this could affect you as a homeowner. If you're buying a home and the title search reveals a mechanic's lien from a roofing company, that could delay or kill your purchase. And if you own a vacant property or have one listed for sale, monitor it closely. Make sure your real estate agent knows to flag any unauthorized work orders. Scam 5, the permit pull and disappear scam. Last one, and this is the one that sneaks past even the most careful homeowners. Here's the scenario. You do everything right, you vet the contractor, you check reviews, you get a written contract, work begins. Maybe they even pull a building permit, which makes you feel extra safe because that means the city is going to inspect the work, right? Wrong. Some scam contractors pull a permit in the homeowner's name, not theirs. This is a massive red flag most people don't catch. When the permit is in your name, you become legally responsible for the work meeting code. If the contractor disappears halfway through or does substandard work, the city isn't coming after them, they're coming after you. And it gets worse. In states like Maryland and Virginia, there's no roofing-specific license. Anyone with a general contractor license can legally enter into a roofing contract, regardless of whether they've ever installed a single shingle in their life. The barrier to entry is shockingly low. That means the person on your doorstep might be a trained salesperson in a segmented business model. Their only job is to get your signature. The actual roofing work, if it happens at all, gets handed off to an unknown subcontractor. Some of these operations even time their door knock for when only one spouse is home, so you can't discuss the decision with your partner before signing. And one more layer. If the contractor doesn't pay their material suppliers after you've already paid the contractor in full, the supplier can file a mechanic's lien on your property to recover their money. You paid everything you owed, you did nothing wrong, but now there's a lien on your house because the contractor pocketed the supplier's share. How to protect yourself. Always confirm that the building permit is pulled under the contractor's name and license, not yours. Verify their license through your state's licensing board. Demand lien waivers from the contractor confirming that all subcontractors and suppliers have been paid before you and never ever make the last payment until you have written confirmation that the job passed its final inspection. So let's recap what just happened. Insurance companies are scanning your roof with drones and AI without telling you. Contractors are swapping out the guts of your roof while the shingles look perfect. Scammers are physically creating damage on your roof and blaming it on the weather. Criminals are impersonating homeowners to get free roofs installed on properties they don't own. And permit games are leaving you legally liable for someone else's bad work. This isn't your grandfather's roofing scam anymore. The game has evolved. And if you're not educated, you're a target. Here's what I need you to do right now. Save this video. Bookmark it, send it to every homeowner you know, your parents, your siblings, your neighbors, especially anyone over 60 because these scams disproportionately target older homeowners. And if this opened your eyes to something you genuinely didn't know, smash that like button. Not for me, for the algorithm. So this information reaches the people who need it before a scammer reaches them first. Now that you know the scams, you need to know which roofs are best for your home and how do you customize the roof as per your place you live. Watch this next video right here.